Hey, what's up, you guys? Happy Saturday? Saturday, right? All right, cool. Um, I was thinking I wasn't even gonna make a video today, but it was like 6:30 in the morning, and I was thinking, I was like, ew, the narc has like a favorite spot to bring all of their victims to, Um, Again, I mean, they're just so easy to compare to serial killers, to be honest. I was like, much like a serial killer, they have a favorite spot to bring all of the victims to. And you've been to it. And so have I. And you didn't even realize you were there. How gross is that, right? And I'm like, wow, I'll give you an example. Because and it ties into something I saw on TikTok today, just at random. Um, the guy that was speaking on TikTok said that the narcissist can be exposed as far as identified by you just noticing any and everyone that has a hobby that only benefits them. What did he mean by that? He said, such as going to the gym. That gym benefits their body, right? But he said it's to get supply from having a nice body. He said they'll never just have like a regular hobby. It would never be like, I like birdhouses, or, I play chess, or I'm a cards game player or something. It'll always be something that gains them more supply. I don't date musicians, to be honest. And I wouldn't be offended if they told me they didn't date artists, which I am one, right? But there's a difference between people who do it to, gain victims because those victims like their craft and think that they're cool. Anyway, but how does that tie in? What hobby did my ex-narc have? My ex-narc supposedly like to skateboard. That didn't attract me at all. It actually repelled me because I'm like, fool, skateboarding's for I don't know, just when I was in high school or something. I don't give a fuck about that. And unless you're trying to be like a Tony Hawk type dude that makes your entire million and billions of dollar lifestyle from it, you're just a random dude with no car. So anyway, he liked to skateboard, which means what? You would eventually end up at a skateboard park, which was up the street from my home that I moved into, which is this one that I'm still in. And I'm like, whoa, because eventually I would go to the skateboard park. He'd be like, come with me to the skateboard park, or I'm over at the skateboard park, or come watch me skate at the skateboard park, right? And eventually you end up there. But later on, and I'm going to put this nigga on blast, not the narc. The narc's already on blast. But I realized that none of the narc's friends, I know this sounds like a rant, but it'll all tie in the end. None of the narc's friends that you think are your mutual friends are actually your friends. I don't care how nice they seem after the discard. They still secretly are on that narc side. And they don't stop messing with the narc just because they know that narc left you. Okay? They still run back and tell the narcissist all the shit you said. So he has this one friend that goes by the name, I'll just say after a food group that's in the dairy section. And this guy that goes by that name bumped into me and admitted hey, yeah, I saw him with this one older white lady who had a little kid with her, and he was dating her. And yeah, I did see the hooker with the bad wig that he was having sex with and fucking. He brought her to the skate park too. So his common ground was to bring his victims to the skateboard park. If it wasn't the skateboard park, it was his friend / gay lover on the DL. His name, Dave. It was either Dave's mother's house or it's the skateboard park. And I was like, holy shit, they have a headquarters. They have a place where they like to take all their victims. I was there. The prostitute's been there. Obviously, his gay on a DL fake best friend, but it's really his lover who pumps him in the butt. That guy goes there. All of that guy's supply goes there. The white lady with the mixed child that he was having sex with, that he rolled out on me for Christmas, she's been there. All his so-called friends know that because they're there. I mean, it was just like, wow, that's like a common ground for all of them and their grimy friends to commune, right? Well, I know what you're saying. You're probably like, well, what about the narcissists that have their own home, right? Well, do they all take people to their own home? No, they won't. It depends on what that supply is like. Let me explain. My dad, who's the example that I have as a narcissist that actually goes to work all the time, saves a lot of money, is a cheapskate, and has his own shit and keeps it nice, he would be that person. The only time I've seen him bring multiple supply to his home where he actually resides is when one lived out of the state, and he definitely didn't expect her to just pop up. He would alternate between her and one that lived in the same state, but the one that lived in the same state was kind of scared to drive. And so since he knew that she was scared to drive, even though she could drive, he knew that the only way she would be at his house is if he picked her up and dropped her off. So he had control over when those supplies were like in and out of his home. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, had they both been like strong ass feminine energies that would pop up when they felt like it, whether he liked it or not, he would have never brought them to his home like that. I can guarantee it. Okay. So aside from people like that, the narcissists and their like gross friends who are 9 times out of 10, who am I kidding? 10 times out of 10, just like them, they'll all help each other bring all of their supply to, like, I want to give it maybe 1 to 2, maybe even 3 specific designated areas that they just continuously rotate them through. And of course, they're all in on it together. So the friend's not going to let you know, like, hey, Angela, I just met Cheryl, his other supply, 5 hours ago. You know what I mean? You're just number 8 today at the same spot, right? So anyway, how do you combat that in the future? Excuse me that this video is kind of sporadic, but I have so much stuff that just goes on in my mind. It's kind of like shooting a bullet in a still box and expecting it not to bounce everywhere. I mean, that's just what my mind works. Anyway, so how do you combat that, though? Pay attention to the surroundings when you go to a spot that any new person takes you to, right? Is it a spot where you both know no one? Or is it a spot where people are like, oh, hey, Jonathan. Oh, hey, John, nice to see you again, and stuff like that? If that's in a restaurant or a movie theater, get the fuck out of there. Because Jonathan brings all the ladies to that movie theater, and Jonathan clearly frequents that restaurant. You don't want no shit like that. Be cautious and mindful. Avoid movie theaters and certain restaurants, kind of. If it's a place that you guys both have never been to and no one greets your partner with, hey, so-and-so by name, then good. Maybe you're both at least getting to experience that place together for the first time. But narcissists don't do that. Any place that they take someone, they have either scoped it out enough to kind of figure that out, or they've been there multiple times with a bunch of different people. Okay? A bunch of different people, and you'll know that. Another one to watch out for. I don't know what state or what country you guys are from, so I don't know if you have these, but there are certain movie theaters. I avoid dates in general, kind of, but movie theater dates, hell no. Especially the ones where it's a movie theater that you can, like, eat real food in. I'm not talking about the hot dogs and the popcorn and the nachos and the slushies. I'm talking about where you can lay back and they actually, like, serve you dinner. The reason why I'm saying avoid dinner theater dates is because it's dark. It allows that person to knock out dinner and a movie all in one really dark place where it's usually very secluded and no one's going to be looking around at them because it's dark, and they don't have to take you to a restaurant with the lights on and feed you anything. They get to knock it out so that you don't even notice that you have spent the majority of your day in the dark, right? That way, when people are cheaters, they love dinner theaters because it's a way to not have to go to a well-lit restaurant or a well-lit place. They knocked out an activity and food, okay? Anyway, be mindful, though. Just wanted to touch base with that. I was like, ew. Serial killer status. Even, again, referencing Dahmer, he always brought them back to the same space. All right? Anyway, I love you guys. Food for thought, though. Think about that. Did people around that narcissist know them when they introduced you in a common area, like a park or something, where they're like, hey, John, or, was it like that? Yeah, because everyone was sitting around trying to make bets on how long you were going to last, how long this one's going to last, because you're not the first one they seen come there accompanying that narcissist. Anyway, love y'all. All right.